we talked about it last week where we talked about the United CEO killer and how they were looking for him, how the NYPD had a $10,000 reward, then the FBI came out with a $50,000 reward. Long
Yeah.
story short, they found him, or they
Mm-hmm.
say it's him, right? So if I butcher his last name, do not come for me. I tried. Okay.
Yes.
His name is Luigi Mangione, right?
Yes.
Okay. And all these details have been coming out. And so let me give you all the quick summary. Authorities charged Luigi Mangione, who's 26, with murder in the shooting of the UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York. So New York police are saying Wednesday they believe the motive was towards the healthcare industry and corporate America. And police say they found a 3-page handwritten document on Mangione that expressed his disdain for the healthcare business, and his attorney, which I'm going to play, has been basically saying like there's no evidence that proves that he is the killer, right?
According
So
to him.
according to him, but he wouldn't be a good lawyer if he didn't say that.
Right, exactly. That's what he was hired for.
So Shayla and I are going to get into all the details and everything like that, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
show you. So, like I mentioned, when they were looking for him, this is what the NYPD had put out originally. Like they put out all these photos and stuff like that they were looking for him, right? So now that he was arrested, he was found in PA, and when they went up to him, they asked him for his ID because an employee had called basically saying that they think they see him. So when they called and they saw him acting like suspicious because he had a face mask on, like one of the surgical
The
masks.
medical ones. Mm-hmm.
hmm When they saw them, they were like, he's acting like weird. So they asked him for his ID, and it was a fake ID. And of course, where was it located?
The
In New
best state
Jersey.
to have ever
New
existed.
Jersey. Maybe that's what the drones was looking for. They was looking for Luigi.
Oh my God. He's already been caught, sir. Please stop.
So, and then on top of that, it's Maplewood, New Jersey that I say he lived in, which is just so random.
Mm.
So when they did that, they did the scan, figured out it was fake, and now we're here where he has all these different mugshots. Now they were walking him into like the precinct or whatever, and he's like screaming, yelling, all this stuff, y'all. So let me just show you the mugshots real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his mugshot. Shayla was saying to me, she's like, I ain't never seen nobody have this many different photos.
Because honestly, usually when someone is arrested, you have that one mugshot and you have to use that one photo for God knows how long until they take another one. But Luigi, honey, they've been taking photos every second they take him to a court. I'm like,
And
oh,
also,
okay.
before we get into everything, Shayla and I talked about it last week, how like you see the difference in how like nobody is taking this seriously. And instead of being like serious and sympathetic, people are making jokes and being very unserious. And it's like after that, it was announced that you were gonna say something.
Yeah, before we even get into this, I want to make it very clear that we are not condoning any like shooting people you don't like, etc., any violence. This person, right? Like the CEO had a family, he had kids, he had a wife, he's a father, a cousin, whatever. We are not condoning any of that, but what we are going to talk about or express is this is why a lot of people, as Rebecca said, are not feeling bad about this person's death. We're not condoning it, but this is why people are reacting why they are reacting. I'm
Right.
sorry.
It's
Go ahead.
just the facts of the matter. Like, if you go on social media, you literally see that nobody's taking this seriously. And like, I'm not saying that there's nobody like entirely, but a majority of people I have been seeing are not taking this seriously. Right. So when it was announced that he was arrested, his follower count on Instagram shot up. Okay. Wrong use of words. Rose. his follower count rose. The amount of people are like in the comments, like, what's his bail? Who are like, oh, he looks so good. There's people literally quote tweeting the mugshot saying, my type. My type? It's crazy. And the real plot twist is that he comes from a wealthy family, y'all. So he comes from a wealthy family. I believe, where was it that they said that he's from?
He comes from a wealthy Baltimore, Maryland family. He's an Ivy League graduate. He had
He
like
was a
from Penn
valedictorian.
State. Yes, he was the valedictorian of his high school class. So there's just so many elements to the story that and I saw this, I think Wellington, hey Wellington, if you're seeing this, he's one of our friends. He was like, people are so quick to be like, when Harris was running, like, oh, we don't know none of her policies. But when it came to this, baby, people dug up Reddit posts. They figured out what his username used to be on Reddit. But the stuff that y'all really need to dig up and find out, y'all like to act dumb, stuck, and stupid. But let me come
Okay.
back to this
So
point.
I just wanted to play what his attorney has been saying.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I was not at the arraignment yesterday. I hope he pled not guilty. I assume that that's what happened. But today, when I entered my appearance, and for the record, he's pleading not guilty to those offenses.
So you were under the impression, or you're trying to defend the client on the fact that he is not the shooter?
Listen, I haven't seen any evidence that says that he's the shooter. So that's like I said earlier, and I wasn't kidding around. A couple of things: if you're going to report something, report it accurately, and remember. And this is not just a small thing. The fundamental concept of American justice is a presumption of innocence, and until you're proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I've seen zero evidence at this point. He has a hearing coming up. I believe it's the 20-somethingth. I can't recall. A lot happened today. So until they haven't even had a prima facie case established yet, so they have to have a prima facie case established before the case can move on to the Court of Common Pleas. So the burden is always on the government, thank God, and that's their burden, and they're going to have to produce some evidence, and we're anxious to see it.
America is so unserious.
Okay. And I just want to say how unserious, like, and when we say unserious, he is being very dead serious, but it's like it's very hard to believe that he is being so serious right now. Like while he was at one of his press conferences and he kept reiterating that there's no evidence, he was like, this is the evidence. You see nothing, right? No evidence. I was dying.
Also, he seems to also be Italian, like his accent. He's also from, I believe, no, I think he's from PA. But it's just like you know how they be like the NBA is rigged, and like the script writers for this worked overtime because the story is so crazy. So he says his defense attorney, Luigi's defense attorney, who we just played, he's saying like Rebecca said, he's seeing no evidence. They're claiming that they're gonna send Luigi to New York because this is where the killing happened. And he said, oh well, who said that was gonna happen? Like, I haven't gotten no paperwork on that. Like, he's acting so like
Blase. Like,
yeah, like, oh, I don't know what y'all are talking about. People were like, oh, we saw the photos. Like, they shared the photos and how the gun, the bullets matched the bullets he had, whatever. He's like, I don't know. He's like, if y'all have something, please send it over because I have nothing. Like, he is acting so just like
it's a regular
I don't know
Tuesday.
nothing. And I'm like, okay, I guess. It's crazy. The other point that we didn't get into is, after he was caught, more information came out of like his personal life, like everything that we've already mentioned, but also the fact that he was dealing with some sort of back issues, back pain. He had gone to Hawaii in like 2022 for 6 months, and he had stopped talking to his family to the point that like apparently, I don't know if this is like confirmed or not, but like his mom around November had put in like a request to police that he was missing, right? So in his little 3-page thing, he came for the health industry and the fact that like he felt like the health industry just wasn't helping him, right? There was like some sort of person that was living with him in Hawaii or helped him in whatever situation he was, where Luigi supposedly told him that it was very hard for him to live the life of a 20-year-old. He couldn't have like intimacy or do XYZ because of his back pain, and the pain was just so excruciating. And he would look to Reddit to like find, oh, what medications are y'all using? What is this? What is that? And overall, it's kind of crazy because, like, as we mentioned, he comes from a wealthy family. So if someone that has money is feeling like that about the health industry, imagine people like us and others that, they cannot afford health insurance, all the people that are living in low income families that do depend on health insurance people to approve, some sort of claims, because if it's not approved, they literally cannot get surgeries done, or they can't get that health procedure that they need done. So it's all so crazy. And I think this is just the start of it all, because a lot of people are going to be, tuning into this legal battle. And I think it's going to be very hard to get jury people that are not aware of this situation, because this is major and big and everybody is talking about this. So what type of jury, like, how are they going to select people, because everybody knows about this?
I also think it's going to be very hard to not get people who don't automatically have a connection to the healthcare system,
Right. Yeah.
And it's like everyone who is anyone. I mean, unless you're like super wealthy and you don't even worry and you got like private doctors at your disposal, you
Right.
don't really have to go through insurance or nothing like that. At least I believe. But it's like, as people who do have to go through insurance and stuff like that, Shayla knows I just had a problem this week because they literally did my grandmother dirty after going to visit after visit after visit. Y'all failed to tell me something that is needed for her. And now we got to go through the whole process again. So it's like, I think jury selection is going to be very important for this as well, like you mentioned. And I think also it's going to be, there's nothing like public opinion. And I feel like a majority of the public do not see him as a killer. They're like seeing him as like he's a regular, like your regular Joe off the street, like, or they think of him like a hero. Now, Shayla said this earlier.
Yeah, we're not condoning what he did,
We're
or
not condoning that.
yeah.
It's hard for me to, like, when it comes to death like this, and this is gonna sound terrible to say, it's hard for me to lean into sympathy when I don't have it. Right. So, like, I think for the whole case, it was more interesting to me because as someone who likes crime dramas and stuff like that, I'm like, this is not something you see every day. This is not something that's common, right? Like, to just see a CEO killed off the streets. Like, that's the part that I think threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
You were gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, the fact that also like where he was shot is so close, like it's streets that I walk and see when I go to work, is shocking. Like it's so close.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this case turns out. I think also the people who are literally standing outside of like the jails and everything with signs saying free Luigi, y'all are insane. Y'all need to seek help. Maybe y'all should reach out to your insurance providers as well and figure out how you could deal with those unresolved issues. You're muted.
This is him being in PA. So I can only imagine if and when they extradite him to New York, they will make a spectacle out of that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna wow out. They're gonna be like, free my boy, free my heart.
That's crazy. Oh my God.